This video was possible because of the PvZ Garden Warfare subreddit, link will be in the description. Welcome to the series where we look at a character and see how and why a character is underrated or overrated. And today we are looking at the fastest chopper in Suburbia, Hot Rod. First, to see why the Hot Rod chopper is overrated, we must take a look at what they offer as a character. Hot Rod is the hit-and-run character of the chopper class. He is 1.2 times faster, but he loses 50 health in return. He also gets a 1.3 times speed boost for 3.5 seconds after eating someone. It should be mentioned that Hot Rod is faster while in burrow because of the burrow having a speed multiplier instead of being set at a certain speed. He has the same upgrades, but he trades a damage upgrade for an extra speed upgrade. He generally thrives in 1v1 situations because of his faster movement speed, and his speed effect after eating someone helps him get out of the fight, but he is vulnerable while eating. He is the worst chopper against groups because of his lower health and because he has the worst kill times of his class. Engineers pose more of a threat because of Hot Rod's lower health. He is more vulnerable when hit by a stun. We could look at the facts all day, but there is always a reason why a character is underrated or overrated. Hot Rod is very infamous for being very fast and very annoying. He is one of the most used characters to streams, not people with outside of P shooters. He is often seen as the best chopper thanks to the Best Around series, where Wolfie, a popular content creator, plays with a character who he thinks is the best in their class. He says that Hot Rod is the best chopper because of how fast he is. He also talks about how choppers are meant to be hit-and-run characters, basically saying that choppers are really good in 1v1 situations but not good in any other. Hot Rod and all the other choppers are usually banned from tournaments because they are very annoying. Well, that's what most people say. This means people don't know how good the choppers really are in tournaments. His playstyle is a hit-and-run style. He will generally eat people, and most players will never try to chomp zombies to death with him. His speed makes him less vulnerable while eating. His extra speed boost after eating someone can be very helpful for the players who like to eat with burrow. His extra speed in burrow helps players get kills with him more easily. His extra speed makes him more fun to play, and Hot Rod is the most common chopper in multiplayer. He can easily go for multiple zombies if no one notices him. His playstyle could be considered as a factor, but it's very debatable. For the first poll, we are looking at what chopper people think is the best. As we can see, 2/5 of the people think Hot Rod is the best chopper. As we can see, 75% of the people think Hot Rod is faster than what he actually is. Just this alone is enough to see why Hot Rod is overrated. I also did a poll comparing Hot Rod to Armor Chopper. Hot Rod is only 1.5 times faster, surprisingly. Now we are going to see how much faster people think the speed boost makes you. 88% of the people think it makes you move faster than what it actually does. 49% of the people think it makes you 2 times faster. 33% of the people think the speed boost is shorter than what it actually is. This is the only underrated part of Hot Rod, it seems. People will often say that Hot Rod is good because he gets 2 speed upgrades, but the speed upgrade only makes you 1.05 times faster. 80% of the people think that the speed upgrade makes you faster than what it actually does. 32% of the people think it makes you 1.2 times faster, which is quite ironic because that's how much faster he is compared to Reg. For the final poll on information for why Hot Rod is overrated, we're going to take a look at how fast people think Hot Rod's biting speed is. 51% of people think he bites faster, 43% of people rate him correctly, and 6% of the people think he bites slower. It is a common myth that Hot Rod bites faster than Reg. We're now going to see some people's take on this topic. I feel like a lot of people overstate how good he actually is in most situations. While I don't think he's a bad character by any means, he is one of the easiest classes in the game to counter due to his massive crit box and poor health. His loud sound effects don't help his case either, since it makes him much easier to detect before he approaches. His upgrades and base damage specifically direct him towards being a swallowing chomper, meaning that he doesn't have much of a fallback option of biting his opponents as much as other choppers do. He is still an effective hit-and-run character, and his speed really suits his playstyle, but he ends up struggling against most competent players simply due to his poor health and measly damage. Small maps with a lot of tight corners are perfect for this character, but wide open maps make him nearly impossible to play efficiently, like most chompers. He definitely isn't the best chomper, but he's not the worst either. His very restricting playstyle means that enemies can easily adapt to his attacks and counter him quickly. Most people seem to overlook these flaws, so he ends up being placed at the top when really he should be near the middle. He's not overrated. I have 2 speed and 1 digestion upgrades in him and he's as good as everyone says. Second best chomper, but that's not saying much. Hot Rod is a bit overrated, but is still very fun to play in my opinion. Perhaps overrated by some beginners, but absolutely underrated by some better players. Yet he's not good for high kill games, but if you wanted a lot of kills you chose the wrong class with Chomper. He excels in the only things Chomper is actual good at: bullshit insta-kills, support with goop, pressuring brains, and laying spicueeds. He's also actually capable of pressuring snipers with his sheer speed, and no other Chomper BS insta-kills as good as him aside from Twilight. Yeah, he's just worse Twilight, but still arguably one of the best chompers. And maybe he has bad survivability, but then again every chomper has bad survivability. It's almost like the class just sucks. If you're gonna suck, might as well be really damn good at least one thing. Some other chompers can do certain things better than him, like DPS or crowd control, but they still aren't even good at those things, especially compared to other classes like Pea-Shooter or Corn. I'd rather be amazing at one thing and god-awful at everything else than be just good at one thing and bad at everything else. With Chomper you aren't aiming for consistency or versatility, you're aiming to use the few things he has and use it well. If you want to be consistent or versatile, choose another class. He's useful if you have a lot of good sunflowers willing to back you up and heal. But he demands an ultra-sneaky playstyle of picking off lone zombies. His low health means approaching a group of zombies isn't viable. He becomes Jihad Chomper otherwise. People only say he is good because he is easy-brained. People saying he is the best or one of the best chompers both fight people with mediocre skill and are mediocre with other chompers who have more health, survivability, and better gimmicks. We all know how much people say Hot Rod is overrated. Personally, I don't give a shit. I'm just sick of mid-air burrows. Today we saw a lot information on why Hot Rod Chomper is being overrated, from popular content creators influencing people, being banned from tournaments, people thinking he moves faster than what he actually moves, people thinking the speed boost giving them more speed than it actually gives, people thinking the speed upgrade is a lot better than what it actually is, people thinking he bites faster. Even with people thinking that the speed boost lasts shorter than it actually does, I can say without a doubt, Hot Rod Chomper is overrated.